Welcome to OnlyRoofers podcast. My name's Elizabeth and I am interviewing Ben Menchaca today. Ben, welcome.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Pleasure to be on.
I am so excited to talk to you today. I know you and I have really grown this past year and I have loved watching you evolve. I've been friends with you on Facebook for years. Talk to those people who don't know who you are. Tell them who you are and what you do and what makes you so wonderful.
My name's Ben Menchaca. I am from the great state of money-making Minnesota. I got my start in this industry. This is my 4th year.
Wow.
And in that short amount of time, I've been able to grow and evolve, like you said, and have some massive success in a short amount of time. How I got involved was I was in sheet metal trade, HVAC.
Wow.
And I was blue collar, and for most of my adult life, until 4 years ago, I had my day of disgust and, money issues and just self-sabotaging behaviors, not feeling confident in that space. One day I had my day of disgust when I couldn't afford my rent.
Wow.
And someone had approached me about storm restoration, storm chasing, so to speak, and they followed up with me like a good salesman for 6 months, and when I had my day of disgust, I was ready to jump, packed up all my things, went to Virginia, and got started, and the rest is kind of history.
I want to touch on a second there when we create life-changing moments, right? Life-changing moment for Ben, not being able to pay your rent, deciding to go all in into this industry. What can you do to go from that in just 4 years to now being someone who's respected, who other people seek advice from? There's so many people right now that are going to enter this industry, are going to watch this video and say, that can be me. I can accomplish this in this many years. What would you say to them?
Well, it's kind of weird because, first of all, nothing happens significantly until you make a decision to move forward, to change. So if you made that decision to change, great. Now it's time to put in the work. And to be honest with you, what you're seeing now, this product you see in front of you now, has been developed a number of years before I got in this. 11 years ago, I studied personal development, and I was so intoxicated on a fresh new look on life.
Yeah.
I didn't know why I was reading all these books and doing this, going to all these seminars, but as you can see now, it was preparing me for my future. And so the main thing I'd like to say is that just start where you're at, make a decision to grow, and it'll be on God's time when that happens. Unfortunately, it's never our time, but if you get started and make a decision, you'll get there.
Yeah, and definitely once you make that decision, back it up by putting action and staying consistent behind your actions and your values. So what are the top 3 things after you made that decision that impacted you and created that momentum and gave you that leverage to be successful in the storm restoration industry?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, as you and I both are fans of Grant Cardone,
yeah.
I read the 10X rule, and what that states is that
10X, baby.
10X, baby. Most people underestimate the amount of time, focus, and energy it takes to achieve a goal. So what you got to do is do more than you're expected to do. Do more activity, do more reps, do more studying.
Knock on more doors.
Knock on more
Post
doors.
more on social
Talk
media.
to more people. Put more videos out. More. Expand into the resistance, as he likes to say. You want to go for no. People hate no, but no is where the yeses are going to eventually come from. And when people tell you no, it's actually putting money in your pocket because it's getting closer to the yes. So that's the main thing, is just 10X maximum activity over activity. Secondly, have a place to ground yourself that you look forward to getting to eventually. Have a bigger picture, because once you're going through those highs and lows, those peaks and valleys, you'll have something to look forward to when you're in those valleys and life doesn't seem so promising. So have somewhere you can be grounded, have a bigger goal, like a big hairy goal. Like if you like a big Mercedes, go to the Mercedes dealership, sit in the car, smell it,
100%.
Touch the leather wheel. Just get that feeling in you, so when you're down and out and life seems tough, you can always mindfully project yourself in the future. And third is just be nice to people.
Be kind.
Love people unconditionally. Love them where they're at. We all have different seasons in our lives.
That's
God
true.
knows I've had some terrible seasons where I wasn't the best person. Love people unconditionally, and that'll serve you well.
I love that. Definitely. I align with all of the values that you said. Maximize your action. That's so important. One thing I'm going to also add that helped me to that was get so educated on your craft that as you're taking all of those actions, everyone is like, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. I've spent thousands of hours studying roofing, studying manufacturers, suppliers, looking at the biggest leaders in the industry, and that didn't happen overnight. That was consistent for the last 6 years of me just working hard.
And that's key, key, right? Get around the people who have your solutions, not the same problems. And honestly, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
My last question for you, and this is going to be a big one. You got into the storm restoration industry. You were in it. When did you reach your moment of, aha, I'm going to blow up and I'm going to make this happen? When did do you remember the day, or what was that like for you?
Well, the thing at the top of my head is you and I both know and work with Dimitri Lipinski.
I love Dimitri. Shout out to Dimitri.
Shout out Roofing Insights. I mean, man, we did not a planned interview, kind of like we're doing today. And when we set that off and launched it, it had a massive amount of attention. To this day, from 1 year ago, it's 50,000 likes and a bunch of shares. People calling from China, Britain, all over the place, right then and there. And coming to these events, coming to RoofCon, a roofing process, and seeing all these people come up to me, all these strangers that I've impacted and inspired, that's when I knew that something special is going on here. And this weekend is no change. I keep getting more and more.
I'm so happy I got to witness today. Ben got a hug with John Maxwell. He's a big influencer for me. John Maxwell is one of the people that I followed and changed my life. So I was so happy to see that for you, man. When I saw it, it touched my heart. I love to see people succeed. And if there's something that you can learn from both of us, is you're never too small or too early on in your career to create an impact. If there's something that's holding you back, if you feel like you're not big enough or successful enough, you never know who's waiting on the other end of the line just to hear something positive, just to have someone that cares or someone they can relate to. So we're all on our starting ground in a lot of different areas of our lives.
You never know when you go to these events, when you hear that one small nugget, two small nuggets that really flip your perspective and get you thinking in a different way and shoot you off into the next level.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you so much for being here today, Ben. Thank you all for watching another episode of Only Roofers podcast. We appreciate you, and stay tuned for the next one.